Hopefully it'll continue. So good morning, everyone. My name's Debbie Morrow. I founded the Real Estate Agent Referral Network and Marketing Tips Facebook group almost 3 years ago, and we are at a strong 183,000 members and growing every day. This is just one of the things that we do within the group to build relationships so that you can have referral partners across the country, across the state, across the world. So we are going to do introductions, and I'm actually going to introduce Ray first, even though I usually save the presenter for last, because Ray's going to take over this show so I can get to another meeting. So Ray is one of our coaches here. He runs an amazing 5-day challenge once a month within the group, and he has an amazing, and I should be able to find it right here, but he has an amazing book for brand new agents called The Startup Agent. And he shares that book with you a lot of times in the Roadmap Challenge. So Ray, I so appreciate all of your work in the group to help grow everyone here and build those relationships. So Ray, the call's all yours.
All right. Well, Debbie, drive safe to your meeting. Thanks for having us all. Hey guys, good morning. My name is Raymond Sjolseth. I am based in Chicago, Illinois, originally from Los Angeles, California. Of course, I tell everybody I moved here for the weather, which is not the case at all. I've been in real estate for 30 plus years as an investor primarily. And 3 years ago when COVID happened, I lost 2 massive companies that I had and pivoted full-time into real estate. So my wife and I have an EXP team here in Chicago. I host a real estate podcast called the Agent Podcast. I write books, do courses. I have an academy that Debbie and I are operating right now, and building a massive portfolio of multifamily units. So if anybody ever has any off-market multifamily units, please call me. And that's it. Today, we are going to dive in and I'm going to talk to you guys about Google. Google has a product called Google My Business that is massively underrated. Some of you may have heard of it. Some of you may have Google My Business profile pages. The slide deck that I'm using is for my course, which I'll actually drop a link to my free course. With that being said, Google has made changes in the last 6 to 8 months, and my course is outdated, and I'm currently rebuilding it, but the information is all the same. The only difference is the dashboard that Google now operates on. So I'm going to go ahead and share my slides, guys, and we'll just dive into it. All right, so can I get anybody that has a Google My Business, can you write GMB in the chat? Give me a GMB in the chat if you have a Google My Business. All right, I love it, guys. So I'm going to do my best to present and moderate the chat at the same time, and we'll see where we end up here. All right, so can everybody see my what nobody told you about Google Business? Can I get some head shakes? Yes, no, yes. Okay, awesome. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to go over how this actually works and what it looks like, right? So what you're going to do is you claim your listing, you verify your listing, you're going to categorize your business, you're going to add images, you're going to add your business information, you're going to ask for reviews. I only focus on 2 platforms for reviews, Google My Business and Trustpilot. Call to actions as far as what you can do when you post and what you want people to do when they see your profile page. And the magic is about being consistent, just like the rest of this business, and turning on messaging so you can get messages from your clients. I'm also letting people in the room, guys. Okay, so next item, and I'm going to go fast. And for anybody that, like, again, wants this, just message me. Make sure you send me a friend request too. You can send me any questions. I'm happy to support you. So Google has transformed from a noun into a verb, and we don't say search for it. We say Google it. And the magic here is that while Google is the biggest search engine, with YouTube being the second, owned by Google, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, all these different things have turned into search engines. So the cool thing about Google My Business is that everything that you're doing for Google My Business, you can also do for all these other platforms. And one of the things that I teach in social media is to get really good at one platform, really good at consistent on one platform, and then start stacking platforms over time. This way, you are not overwhelmed with what is actually happening on a regular basis with all these to-dos, right? We want to get away from to-dos and get things done. So moving on a little bit. Sorry, guys, we're still getting people coming in. So what we want to do is when you go to Google, and the link will be in here if you don't have one, you're going to claim your free profile. This is a free service from Google. There is no paid. There is no ads on this particular platform. This has nothing to do with Google pay-per-click. It is completely free. The whole point of this is to optimize you being seen and getting found on Google and Google My Maps. All right, so people are doing this, people are using this, but most people are not doing it consistently, and that's where they fail. So, important note that I see time and time again. Google will use whatever Gmail account you are signed in when you start to create your profile. So make sure whatever account you are signed into in your browser is the Gmail account that you want to be the administrator of your Google My Business profile. So you can change this only in the sense of adding an additional admin. So for me, I have like 5 Gmail accounts. I have my old agency account that manages all my Google My Business profiles. And then I make my other accounts my administrator of it, so I never lose access to that account. And that is something that I would recommend you do, is add a secondary option for an email address to make sure you never lose access to that. So just an important note. So it's free exposure, okay? Now the guide is all about maximizing your exposure on Google utilizing this free tool. Follow the simple steps. You will increase your ranking. You will increase your web presence. You will be seen and get found, and you will significantly increase your SEO, all for free. It's just the process. Okay, so step 1, claim your listing. Right here, business.google.com/create. That's where you can find your listing. Oops, sorry guys. You want to search for your business, most likely you're not going to find it. Your business is your name. Now, you do not want your brokerage's business. You want your name. This is very, very important. You are not trying to claim an existing listing for your brokerage. If you find it, follow the prompts. Maybe you created one a long time ago. Maybe someone created one for you. You want to go and claim that. But ultimately, most of you are going to start from scratch. So if you don't find it, you're going to click the add your business to Google link. And then let's talk about naming real quick. Still got people coming in, guys. Monica, thanks for your message, for support. Yeah, like anything that you can do to help manage questions, that would be awesome.
I can do that. And if you want to make me co-host, I can let people in.
Yeah, that would be
That
awesome.
way you won't be distracted.
Let me do that right now. Okay,
And if you want to pin me, I'll raise my hand if there's questions.
done.
Cool.
All right, guys, Monica's our backup. Thanks, Monica. All right, so moving on here. Step 2, we want to verify your listing. Now, Google My Business is a process, guys. What's going to happen when you actually claim your listing and then you go to verify your listing? This is how Google ensures that you're the owner of your business. And if you have a physical address, it'll be done by mail. If not, you can note that you don't have an address, and there's an option, I think, to verify it by phone or verify it by text. I always choose text. It makes it a lot easier. But once it does that, it can take anywhere from 24 hours to 7 days to actually go through the verification process. So while you're being verified, you can go ahead and build out these next steps that I'm going to show you, but it won't actually be public. So don't bother looking for it because you will probably not be able to see it. So step 3 is categorizing your business. Okay. So look, we're in the real estate business at the end of the day, and that's what we want to do. Now, I gave the example of my old agency in this presentation, but internet marketing service, consulting, creative, coaching, marketing, and advertising, that kind of thing. I'll go behind the scenes if we have time after this is done and show you how I actually have my wife and I's built out. But there is a ton of categories to choose from. Focus on the ones that are relevant to you. And when you're thinking about categories, think about keywords that people are typing in looking for your business. So the primary category for your business is given top priority in Google's algorithm. And this is the main deciding factor in whether or not your business will pop up during a user search, right? So the term real estate agent, realtor, those terms are most important for your primary category. And ultimately, it's pretty refreshing when you search for something and Google gives you exactly what you need. And that's what we're trying to do here, right? We are trying to give all of our audience that's searching for a realtor, a real estate agent, those types of keywords, what they're looking for in the search in the top of Google. So we want to be as specific as possible in our primary category. As another rule of thumb, try to select as few secondary categories as possible. And this may seem counterintuitive, but it actually increases the likelihood of users finding you because Google is trying to compare less keywords back and forth to each other. So if Google has to reroute 10 users to your business based on 10 different categories, this weakens the effectiveness of its algorithm and it will push you down the page rather than bring you up to the page. Guys, you'll be able to grab all of these when you grab the free course. This is what my course is built on. So you'll get all of this when you sign up for the course. And again, it's free. Adding images, here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to have vague images. You don't want to have blurry images. You don't want to have bad quality images. And you want images that represent your company. So if you were selling houses from $300,000 to $500,000, have pictures of homes that are within that range that look like what you sell. If you are selling luxury $1 million listings, have pictures in that range of what they're selling. Use it as a filter so you're getting the right clients that are calling and messaging you. Okay, so we want super clean, attractive, not blurry, nice images. If you have a Canva Pro account, you can grab any of those images from a Canva Pro account. Otherwise, there are sites like Pexels, Pixabay, and a million other free stock image sites that you can grab images from. If you are using existing, images that you have, make sure that you have the ownership and the rights to do that. So if you hired a photographer to take pictures of a beautiful home, make sure those are your images and they're not just being licensed to you from the photographer. I want you guys to get in trouble for that. So adding business information, 4 main points. Consistent contact information. This is something that I see a big mistake across all social media. Your social media profile should be optimized so that you show up the same across the board. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Google My Business, all have the same profile pics, all have the same email address, all have the same website link or Linktree link or whatever you're using for all of your links. Most of us have more than one link at this point. Make sure it's all the same and consistent across the board. And what you do. I'm a realtor serving Atlanta, Georgia. As an example, something quick, simple, easy, so that they know what you do, so you can be seen and get found. Keep that in mind for this. Local phone number, if you're a location-based business, that always helps. Business description, again, keep it simple, and a website address and scheduling link. You do have the ability through Google My Business now to tie in your Calendly account. So if you have a booking session for new home buyers or a seller's connection call or an investor review call, you can take your main Calendly page link and have that attached to it so they can literally book on their own and your calendar will be filled over time with those calls. I went through this stuff. And again, guys, I'm trying to be quick so we have time to hang out in the breakout rooms. All right, ask for reviews. Google cares about Google first. This is why I'm going to push you guys to leverage the reviews of Google. The more reviews you get on Google, the better the reviews you get on Google, the higher you're going to rank, the more you're going to be seen, the more you're going to get found, the more people will believe the reviews. A lot of us use Zillow or realtor.com or Rate My Agent. Those are fine, but those platforms could go away. Google's not going anywhere. Trustpilot's not going anywhere. They've been around a very long time, but focus on Google reviews and get people to rate you there so that all your reviews are going to help with your SEO. They're going to help you being seen, help you be found. And Google My Business is literally part of what powers Google Maps. So if you go to Google Maps and you type your name, you'll see your Google My Business pop up, and there's all of your reviews, all of your pictures, your location. And that's how it's returning results too. I use Google Maps as a search engine all the time because what I'm looking for, I want to see where it is, how close it is, how far it is. All right, review tips. Always reply to clients who post reviews. Engage, even if they don't respond, others will see that you engaged. Show the user experience you offer by staying engaged, and say thank you to your reviewers. The last tip that I don't have on here is always put a link to review you in your email signature. My business operates by reviews. Would you be so kind as to leave me a review here with a link to your Google My Business page? You'll be really surprised how many people just review you when you ask, and it's a call to action. Pro secret, everywhere you shop, buy, dine, or use services, leave them a review from your Gmail account. You used to be able to leave a review from your Google page. That's kind of hit and miss. I don't see that so much anymore. Most of the reviews that I've tried to do only let me do it from my personal account. So what I've done is I've renamed our personal account that we use for business to my wife, and it says Lauren Sjolseth, space realtor. So every business that she reviews on Google, it says Lauren Sjolseth realtor. So if you just go to your community, everywhere you eat, shop, dry clean, and just start leaving them reviews, start with 1 a day, then go to 2 a day, then go to 3 a day. Over time, you're going to populate a massive page of your name on it. People will see that. People will contact you. People will click your name and go to your links. This stuff stacked over time makes a massive difference in how many people show up and the traffic that's being driven to your business. Remember, our name is our brand, guys. And that's why you need to have your beautiful faces all the same across the platforms. All right, step 7, call to actions. Again, Google's updated its dashboard, so this looks a little bit different now, but you'll see that you have options. Add offer, add update, add event, add a product, that kind of thing. What I usually do is I do an add an update, and then I'll post a picture, I'll post some text, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. So know that this exists, the ability to post every single day. Call to actions, right? What do you want them to do? They can book a call with you. They can learn more. They could sign up. They could call you, something simple. I send everybody to my website. That's where we want our traffic. Step 8 is about being consistent. You created the listing. The work's not over. The work's just getting started. Post consistently. You can decide the schedule, but be consistent. Start with once a week, then go to twice a week, then go to 3 times a week. The goal is to do this literally every day, including Saturdays and Sundays. You can do updates. You can do local events. You can do offers. You can do whatever products or services that you may leverage or use. You know, some of us own other businesses that we can offer things. Use photos, videos, and call to action buttons as much as possible. It's like running free ads to do the work. Monica, I see your hand up. Do you have a question?
Yeah, Sarah asked, what's the best way to post a listing?
I will show you that in a minute.
Perfect.
So by being consistent, you're going to increase the likelihood of your business appearing in search results. So if you notice on Facebook or Instagram, you see a lot of ads that are saying like, you know, get your business to the top of Google. Do this, do that. Your business to the top of Google in 90 days. Guys, this is all they're doing. All they're doing is leveraging Google My Business and automating the posting every day and returning results. It's very simple. It's not complicated. If you have a ChatGPT account, you can leverage it and see how to use it. And I'll show you some of that stuff on Lauren's page. Usually the listings disappear after 7 days, and they don't disappear from your page, but they're not necessarily shared publicly. Google's not promoting or circulating them. And that's part of the reason it's awesome to be consistent, is just keep on rotation. Let it do the work for you. The SEO is always working on Google. Turn on messaging. Give your audience direct access to you. There is a button when you set it up to turn messaging on and off. Go ahead, turn it on. It makes a difference. And what will happen is when you log into your dashboard, you'll see messages there, or whatever Gmail account you use to set up, you will get an email saying you got a message. Go check your Google My Business account. Google My Business used to have an app from the Google Play or the Google Store. I don't think they do anymore. But what I do is I just stay signed in on my browser, right? Like I keep a tab open. I go to googlemybusiness.com or whatever and turn it on and just keep it there. And I check it every day. It's part of my morning routine. So next steps, keep moving forward. Your goal is to create and optimize as many lead channels as possible. Start with Google. Google matters. You're going to do this by posting every day. You're going to do this by asking for reviews, and you're going to do this by being consistent. Okay, so start posting. This is your action steps, guys, from this. And again, I'm going to drop the course link here after, and then I'm going to show you real time how this actually works. Start posting regularly on Google My Business. Find your review link, put that everywhere. Put it in your link tree, put it in your email signature, put it on your LinkedIn page, put it in all of your transactions. You know, if you're using an admin or transaction coordinator, put it on their email signatures. Really, really leverage it, get in front of people, make it normal for you to ask for reviews. You do that even by subliminally having it at the bottom as a call to action. Send your review link to everybody. Be consistent with posting to improve your rank on Google, and do this work every week. Make it a habit. And guys, last thing on the reviews, it's not just clients. Ask your vendors to review you. Ask your lenders to review you. Ask your title people to review you. Really, really get behind it and push it forward. All right. Thanks for listening to me for all of that. I'm going to open another window real quick here. And I'm going to show you two things. Okay, can everybody see Google My Maps?
Yes, Ray, affirmative.
Okay, perfect. Hi, Denise. All right, so here's my wife, Lauren Sjolseth, realtor in Northbrook. Okay, so we have a real simple picture. We have 5 photos available in there. We only have 3 Google reviews, 80 views, hours, website, phone number. And here is her last post, May 12th. My wife's slacking, guys. Use the picture. Are you ready to move? How can I help? Learn more goes to our website. Here's some latest posts. Are you renting and thinking about buying? Here's some home buying tips to think about, learn more. Are you struggling with what to post about your business each day? Here's some helpful content ideas. Here's a house hunting checklist. None of this stuff is hard, right? Here's something that's a little more lengthy. And I think the character limit is also 1,500 characters. So you need to keep that in mind when you're posting, okay? So some of these longer ones, we go to learn more. I go straight to our website. And our website is built on KV Core right now, and we're actually in the middle of changing that. And what's going to happen is all of these posts are going to go to a blog page on our website so that the SEO is working on both sides. Okay, so if we actually go to Google My Business. And google.com/business, manage your business profile. What you'll see come up this is what it looks like. This is your dashboard. So there used to be kind of a behind the scenes dashboard. Now it's like embedded into Google. You can edit your profile. You can read your reviews. Here's your messages, add photos, look at your performance. You can turn on advertising with Google Pay per click. You can edit any products you have. You can edit your services. This is your booking link, calls, Q&A. And then you can add an update, ask for reviews. Okay, so if we ask for reviews, that's going to go here. You're going to grab a link. And then if I take this link, this is what it comes up with. And then it's going to pop open a window and it's going to ask for my review. Okay. So going back to this page, this is what you want. When you click that reviews button, you'll copy this right here, this review link, and that's what you can put everywhere so that people can get to the reviews. Here you can set up booking. You can create an offer. You can get noticed by more customers, get chat alerts, add a custom email if you don't have one, all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so let's go back here. Get rid of this. I'm going to go back to Google My Business. And guys, I'm going to go 5 more minutes and then we'll open it up to Q&A. I'm going to show you mine. All right, so here's mine, 247 customer interactions last month. Edit my profile, read reviews, messages, all that same stuff, right? But if I click bookings, here's my Calendly. It goes to a connection call. So if I click this link, oh, maybe it won't let me do it because I'm the manager. Let's go a different route. Oh, and I'll show you just so this pulled up real quick. This is the Trustpilot platform, right? So I have a free account. I don't have a paid account, but with a free account, right? I have 20 reviews, 4.6 rating, excellent. Thank God I'm doing a good job, so my reviews are solid, but this is what we want. And what's cool is on the platform, I can reply back to everybody and it all shows publicly. Okay. So that's another bonus option for a review platform is on Trustpilot. Going back to Google My Business. Oh, here we go. Calendly, right? I click this. This is going to take me right to my Calendly connection call, and then somebody can book a call directly with me. Okay. So there are a lot of tools here. Don't let it overwhelm you. Just focus on the basics to go ahead and get started. And just get into it, right? Like the first goal is to get this to show up on Google so your name shows up on Google. All right, so I am going to.
We got a couple questions.
Yeah, I'm going to stop the share and
Okay.
then we can do some Q&A. And then if anybody wants to volunteer their name, we can take a look at their Google My Business.
Oh, well, there's someone who said, oh, she can't find her reviews showing up. Do you want to use that one?
Yeah, who asked that question?
That was Danny. Danny, can you come on camera or unmute?
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
Danny, haven't you had problems with Google My Business, like in general? Haven't we had this conversation?
Yeah. So mine is verified, and the very first review that that one of my friends did, who's a realtor that I work with, that shows up. And then there's 3 others around that same time that I had asked, and they're not showing up. And I've asked, and I've tried to find a number to call Google My Business, and I can't. Finally, I seem to found an avenue to get like a human to respond, and that's through their email system. And they're just they're saying, okay, I understand what's going on. So you can see there's only one review, but I have 3 or 4 more that are not showing up.
So what happens is whenever somebody submits a review, it has to get approved by Google. And unfortunately, this can be a common thing. And getting a hold of Google is like the abyss. It's never going to happen. I mean, there are people that I've helped set up Google My Businesses that they've had to do 2 or 3 times in order to get one that works. And then they finally get one that works. But then the other ones are still there because you can't take them down. Like you can't delete them either. And that's part of the reason I started looking at other platforms like Trustpilot, but I wanted something that I knew was reliable. I also wanted something I had more control over, in the sense that I have the ability to reply. I have the ability to share the links. I have the ability to drive traffic to that in efforts to leverage the testimonials and, you know, the wins that I'm having to help people make decisions. Because that's what we're trying to do, right? That's what reviews are for.
Absolutely.
The whole point of reviews is to help somebody make a decision that they're going to go with you based on other people's experiences. So we want to leverage that, right? Like Amazon, hands down, does it the best. Like in my book, The Startup Agent, we have like 40+ reviews, and it's amazing. It's awesome. And Amazon's on it. They publish it. It's good. It's solid. Google My Business, it can be a little hit and miss, but I will try writing you a review and we'll see if it gets published for you. I'll do that after we're done today.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
But yeah, unfortunately, there's no magic. Like, again, getting a hold of anybody at Google My Business sucks. Going back to Trustpilot, that's one of the reasons I do like Trustpilot, is because their customer service is awesome.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look into that. Thank you. The other thing real quick, are we not doing intros today?
We are not doing intros today.
Okay.
If we have time, we're going to do breakout rooms. But because of how many people we had and the schedule, we were going to focus on doing this. But with that being said, we are recording everything. And this also means that we have one chat. So make sure everybody puts your information in the chat. I will download the chat and then I will upload the chat at the end so everybody can grab the text file.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Yeah, and Connie said post a link rather than a QR code. Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Okay, what other questions do we have, guys?
There was one, let me ask another one. So I have agents who were in multiple states.
So if you are in multiple
Okay.
states, you have 2 choices.
Cuidado, tomen agua.
If you are in 2 states, you have multiple choices. Your best option is probably to have 2 profiles that you have to maintain, because you will not show up on Google Maps twice with 1 profile.
Oh, okay.
So that is your best option, in my opinion, is to have 2 separate profiles that you have to manage, and just make sure when you are filling out your description and your keywords that you're using, put the areas that you service, right?
Yep.
I service these cities and zip codes in Virginia. I service these cities and these zip codes in New Jersey, as an example. That becomes very important.
Perfect. Someone is asking how they save the chat on their cell phone.
You can't.
You can't. Okay.
Yeah, you can't. But whoever that person is, just message me. If we're not friends, send me a friend request and message me and I'll drop you the chat. Sarah says, I had posted a listing as an update, but Google pushed it back. What is the best way to market a listing through Google My Business? Yeah, sometimes I've had that problem too, where Google will push back a listing. And I think it's because of like the Fair Housing Act that they push it back. And more often it's a matter of what you're saying, meaning you're saying too much. So the best option is just to keep it super simple, right? Check out this fabulous 4+3 in this neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. Again, really benign, to be honest, with a picture. And then for your link, have it go to the listing on your website. or a listing on the MLS, whatever you're doing.
Someone
Um,
can you post the link to your chat? Because a couple people have to go, or not your chat, your free class. Can you get that in there for them?
Yes. Give me one sec, guys. I will
Where they
drop
pop
that in
out.
there.
And then do you want to look at one more profile or should we go into small groups?
Yeah, let's, we can look at one profile, then go into small groups.
Yeah, and guys, make sure that you're putting in your name, your location, your phone number, your email address. Because I realized I was in small groups and someone said, yeah, reach out to me. And I went and looked at the chat and their information wasn't in there.
Okay, who has a profile they want to look at real quick?
It's Jackie, I think. Jackie, was that you asking? And are you still here?
Yes, I was asking.
Okay, how do I spell your first name and last name?
First name is Jackie, Jackie.
Okay.
Last name Dunlap, Dunlap.
Is this you, Jackie? Littleton, Colorado, next generation home loans.
No,
Okay.
no. Oh,
Where
you
are
can
you?
try. I'm sorry. Let's try the Dunlap group. Sorry. The Dunlap group.
Brokered by EXP?
Yes.
All right, now we're talking.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not 2.3 stars.
Okay, so you posted an open house in Philly 3 hours ago.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. All right, so let's see, 9 photos. Let's take a look at these. Top golf fan, huh? I like your shirt. Ask me for my card. It's awesome.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. So
I
good.
had a client where we had to wear masks that said, ask me. Do you know how much business he generated?
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Because it's just a great conversation starter. Ask me what?
Hey, Jackie, I'm going to show you one of my clients' profiles. Okay, so this is a client and one of my buddies, Josh Grossman, right? 38 reviews. Directions, save, nearby, send a phone, share, reviews, about, here's his address, here's his website, phone number. Identifies as Latino owned, LGBT friendly, right? Like he's done a really good job dotting all the I's and getting all the details on this. Right. So going back to yours, right? Like we need your website on here. We need to maybe expand the services and take a look at what those are. And going back here, we go to edit services, right? Real estate agent primary category. Then these are all the services I chose. Buying agent services, first-time home buyer services, foreclosed property sales, luxury property buying and sales, new construction sales and leasing, property rentals, real estate investing, seller's agent services, short-term property rentals, rent to own, off-market properties, investor-friendly real estate agent, right? And you can add more services with what you want, like above and beyond Google's categories as part of it. So these are all keywords and key phrases that I see people searching within my community on Google, and that's why I chose them.
Okay.
Right.
It's weird
So that's how you can
I
expand that.
I actually thought I added that already, but I'll go back in and check again. That's
yeah, double check it. It may be there, it may not be there, but double check it. But what we want to do too is like you need to crank up your reviews. God willing, you don't have a problem with them.
Right.
But start getting those, right? Because that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And if I go here, if I copy and paste this and I open a Google page. Let's see what comes up. So Josh comes up in C, which is these first locations are taking eXp Realty and dropping them first. But then Josh comes up in C only because of his Google My Business. And there he is over here. And then his LinkedIn, realtor.com, Facebook, all that stuff follows this.
Right.
But we want to really, really leverage this. Now, if I get rid of this, Joshua Grossman Realtor, realtor.com, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Here's his videos and here's his website, sellingoregonre.com. There's his YouTube site. He does a lot of stuff on YouTube, right?
Yep.
So we want to feed Google as much as possible and give them as much data as info. The big thing that I don't see here is, aside from reviews, like your website should be populated up here. I'm not sure why it's not. So we want to figure that out as a call to action. Like I know it's down here, but it should be up here.
Okay.
Yeah. And then just start posting consistently. Let's take a look at this. March 30th, March 13th. Try to like literally, so it's like January to March is a huge wrap, right? Like let's do it every single day.
Okay.
Ready for the next one, Ray?
Yeah, let's do it.
How do you get a fake bad review off of Google without only being able to reply to it politely and dispute it? Could it be a competitor, someone playing around? Google doesn't seem to help. Yeah, they're not going to.
Yeah, Google's not going to help. And I've never, ever had any luck doing that. I'll tell you guys a quick story. So we worked with this buyer that came to us who had just graduated law school. Her and her husband were wanting to buy a place. Sent him to a lender. They got pre-approved. She didn't have a job. She wasn't working yet, but she had an offer letter. Okay. Long story short, we put in an offer in a house. It got accepted. Then they backed out because they hired the cheapest home inspector possible. He did a terrible job. And they decided they didn't want to do the repairs that he had said. Well, that's a whole nother story. But long story short, okay, fine. We canceled the contract, whatever, we moved on. Found another house. They loved it, put in an offer. And then what ended up happening is she, from the first deal, she had put down earnest money. The earnest money was to be picked up at our local Compass office, but Compass processes everything through corporate in downtown Chicago. So that means it gets processed there. Then the check gets sent to the local office and then they call you when you can pick it up. Well, she went into this office, completely destroyed them, throwing around my wife and I's name. And like, they don't know who we are, right? Like we don't work there. We don't work for Compass. And she left there, immediately got on her phone, left them a 1-star review, ripped them apart on Google. And the managing partner of that Compass office, Adam, called me. He's like, Ray, like, who is this person? What happened? Can you help me fix it? The only person that can fix it is the only person that posted it. Google will not help you. So like that 1-star review is still on that Compass office. Like it sucks. It's no different than Yelp in that sense. Like whatever somebody posts, you're kind of screwed. And that's why you have to be super careful. Anyways, I'm sorry about that. If you have that bad review, it may be in your best interest to start another profile and change it up a little bit, start posting regularly and let that drive the traffic to the top, unfortunately. But that may be the best option.
How do you find what your local market is searching for so we can hone our services list?
Yeah, so that's really simple. This is Google 101. I'll show you guys. We'll open a Google window here. If I look at what I type in Google, when I type real estate agent, this is what comes up. This is what Google is actively tracking. That's returning enough results for this to happen. Real estate agent versus realtor, real estate agent versus broker, real estate agents near me, real estate agents Glenview, right? So you can do the same thing based on your community if you have location services turned on, right? But then I can go here And like, I live in Glenview, Illinois. Glenview Real Estate, Glenview Real Estate, Glenview Real Estate Transfer Tax, Glenview Real Estate Agents, Glenview Real Estate Corporation, so forth and so on, right? But if you can go here, you can go investor friendly realtor, title company, Florida, investor friendly title company near me, investor friendly real estate agent, investor friendly real estate agents near me. So you can just kind of pick some of these and then choose what you want. And you can modify and upgrade this over time. Does that answer your question? I hope.
All right, can I incorporate my reviews from other sources on Google Review?
No. Google reviews only publish and process Google reviews.
Okay.
And don't try to take a screenshot of something from Trustpilot or Yelp or Rate My Agent and try to put it on Google. They will deny it and kick it back.
Okay. Is it possible to delete an old profile to eliminate confusion with a new one?
I have never had success deleting an old profile, ever.
Okay. When is it ideal to start paying for pay-per-clicks?
That is a much bigger discussion than we have time to
Yeah.
get into now. If you are not mastering, I don't pay for lead generation, guys. All of our leads are organic through my organic methods. I don't believe you have to pay for lead generation. It doesn't mean you shouldn't. If you are a new or newer agent that is not closing deals and you don't have a pipeline, I would not spend money on pay-per-click.
Yeah. Amen to that, right?
Yeah.
So when someone else is going to type their question in, I've got a question. So I went and searched my own profile, Ray, and I do have a Google Business Review or a Google My Business page, but it said I didn't. But I could log in and see my profile.
So it shows it doesn't exist?
Yeah, it acted like it couldn't find it when I did the search. But when I logged in, it was there.
So you can try submitting a ticket for that, Monica. Otherwise, I think you and I are talking like in the next few days.
I know, next week, thank God.
Next Monday, we can look at it then. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Rebecca said hasn't been verified, and I thought it had, but maybe not.
Maybe.
And then Denise, go ahead and you can just unmute. Oh, she said for protocol purposes, are realtors advised to create a Google profile for their business or as an agent for their broker? Ooh.
You are not obligated to do anything for your broker. Even if you have a broker, you are your own business and you should own your Google My Business profile. With that being said, remember when you go to verify it, if you decide to use an address and you want to use your broker's address and it asks you if you want to claim this profile at this address, you do not want to claim your broker's profile. You only want to create your own profile. So even if you and your broker are using the same address, that's fine. On Google Maps, you'll just show up at that address and somebody will put 2 and 2 together like, oh, you're a Century 21. It's a Century 21 office. Okay, I get it. That's fine. You'll still be returned in the search results, but do not try to claim your broker's Google My Business page. So guys, when you do this, take your time, read it twice, and make sure you are going along, clicking the right buttons and progression. Don't rush through this. Like, take your time to set this up. It won't take you long, but slow is smooth and smooth is fast in this case. Amber, what if I accidentally claim the brokerage page to a company I no longer work at? LOL, help. So if you accidentally claimed it and somebody there, whoever owns it, would have to approve access to it. Okay. So if you did that, there's a good chance it's not even published. Just go and create a new one for yourself. But this is exactly why, like, you don't want to create anything tied to your brokerage. You want to be able to control it, right? So that's why it says, realtor, EXP Realty, real estate agent, Century 21, whatever. You want to control that work and you want to control your profile so you own it. You are not your broker. You are you, and you are your own business. Your broker is just where you hang your license. That's who's taking responsibility for your transactions.
And Denise said one thing in response. She said, I don't want to just create my own business page for Google. Can you clarify what you meant by that, Denise? Was that in response to his response?
Clumsy typo, Monica. Good morning. I just want to. Affirmative. I want to
okay.
create. Yes, that was a typo. I'm sorry. Good morning, everyone. I'm muting.
So my Google, my business says Rebecca Dubose. I hope I'm not butchering that, Rebecca, with Century 21 Crown Realty. Is that okay, or should I just say my name?
No, that's fine. It's okay. So wherever you can, I want you guys to think about this from a branding perspective. When you create like a Gmail account, for example, right? I can put Raymond, first name, last name, Sjolseth. Instead, what I do on my Gmail account is I put Raymond Sjolseth, comma, space, realtor. This way, wherever that shows up publicly, everybody knows I'm in real estate. Same with my wife. It's a very simple hack. It's no different than having a hyphenated last name, Smith-Jones, right? Just add realtor to the end of it. Wherever that shows up publicly, could be on a meetup.com, could be on Ticketmaster, could be on Eventbrite, wherever it shows up publicly, you want to leverage that term so people know you're in real estate. Then they will ask you questions, right? Like everybody wants to know what's up in real estate. Everybody at some point. So the more you think about how to leverage first name, last name, realtor, the better off you're going to be across all platforms. Natalie said you have to add your company name if advertising properties. Yeah, guys, remember, you are not advertising properties on Google My Business. That is not the objective. The objective is to be seen and get found as a real estate agent. It doesn't mean you can't put properties on there, but you're not going to put properties that you're not going to write for sale 400 grand 3+2 as an example. So if Google's pushing it back, that's part of the reason. Probably is because it sees it as advertising and it's not an advertising platform. Google will charge you for advertising by signing up for their pay-per-click. That's why it has to be benign, right? Look at this beautiful 3+2 in Wood Ranch, California, as an example, with some amazing pictures. And that's it. You know, I serve this area if you're interested in real estate. So just think about what you say. And some of this is going to be trial and error because some of it, Google's not perfect either. Some of it just depends on who's reviewing that day and if they'll actually let it slide or not is the truth. But I try not to push it. Like I put stuff out on Google My Business that is either to educate or entertain or empower somebody. I'm not looking to advertise my business. I'm just looking to be able to show up constantly in search results all the time. Denise, I don't know the answer to your question about realtor.com because I don't use realtor.com for anything. Okay, guys, I am going to drop the course so you guys can have access to all of the slides, or if you want to rewatch some of this stuff, it goes a lot more detailed in the course. It's only 20 minutes though. It's pretty fast. Grab that link. Amber, you're very welcome. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm going to do the last thing is I'm going to save the chat and then I'm going to upload the chat. So bear with me 1 minute. Everybody can download this from the chat.
Right, that was so dang valuable. Amazing.
I'm glad everybody enjoyed it.
I almost guarantee that no one here has mastered that. No, I mean, it's something we don't think about and it's so important.
Okay, guys. So grab that file I just posted, meeting save chat, download that. That'll end up either on your desktop or your downloads, wherever your downloads are saved. Thanks, Natalie. Appreciate that. And guys, message me if you have any questions about anything. Sorry, I'm just keeping up with the chat here with what's happening. Thanks, Denise. And that's it. I'm sorry we didn't get to intros. It is very hard to figure out how to get intros for 30 plus people and teach something and do breakout rooms. So Debbie and I are working on that, trying to figure it out. But thank you guys for being here. I'll go ahead and get out of here. And again, don't be shy. Message me with any questions. Otherwise, grab the link to the course and you guys are in business. Have a great day, guys.
Woo, ciao, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, Ray.
course.
Thanks, Ray.
I'll send you the
Thank
link to
you.
my review.
Okay, Danny, sounds good, bud.
Okay.